Hello and welcome back to my kitchen, and I'm cooking breakfast today, and it's a kind of like a frittata, only the way I've seen frittatas made on TV is they cook them on a stove for a little while and then they put them in the oven to finish them. Well, I'm going to do the whole thing on top of the stove there, so we're going to get started and I'll show you what ingredients I have. Alright, look at these here. I've got, of course, the eggs. It's going to be 3 eggs. Well, the pan I'm going to use is a non-stick little saucepan with a lid. It helps to have a lid. Definitely need one of those. Eggs, 3 eggs. We've got some cubed ham, part of a bell pepper that we're going to use in it. Some cheese slices, just American cheese. Make sure it's cheese and not that imitation cheese food. That stuff's nasty. And we got some green onions or scallions and a tomato and a little bit of butter. Usually or margarine, what I do is I put just a little bit into the pan and then I add some olive oil to it, extra virgin olive oil. So, you know, usually I put like half as much margarine as it would actually need, and then I put the other half of the olive oil in there, and it's good stuff. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the tomatoes cubed, the scallions chopped, or the green onions chopped, and this is already done, the ham, and I'm going to get some of this, oh yeah, onion too. I'm going to use some onion. So, be right back. Okay, now I'm just using a fork to whisk up the eggs in the bowl here. What I gotta do is get some ground black pepper, freshly ground. Crack black pepper into the egg, and kosher salt. There we go. And stir it in. I have the bell pepper, the onion, the green onion, the tomato, and the ham. And usually I don't use tomato, and I was trying to think of the best way to do it. So not sure how it's going to work out, but we'll show you how we're going to do this here as we get going. We have the pan nice and hot, and we're going to put in the bell pepper and the onion and break it up real good so that it kind of gets sauteed thoroughly there. And we'll put in some of the green onions too. We'll put in the fattest part, the white part of the green onion. A little bit of salt there, and once again a little bit of pepper. And there's a reason why I have this big spatula, and you'll see what that's for after a while. So we're sauteing our vegetables, the onions and the bell pepper. Oh, I need to go ahead and put the ham in there too. Almost forgot, because I just want to, it's already cooked, you know, but it's got to heat up. If I brown some of it, that'll be good too. It might be too much ham. So this is kind of an experiment, because usually I don't have ham, but my wife, she had bought some ham yesterday for dinner, and this is leftover that she didn't use. Okay. Now, I let it saute long enough, about maybe around 8 minutes or so. I'll turn the TV down. I'm listening to the Zimmerman case on TV. Alright, so I let it cook about 8 minutes or so, and now we're just going to pour the egg mixture right over the top, just like that. I'm going to just kind of move it around a little bit. Okay, that's good. Let me tilt it a little bit. Okay, just like that. There we go. And let's go ahead and, I'm thinking about this as I'm going along. Yeah, we can go ahead and do it now. Go ahead and put the tomatoes right on the top. I'm going to go ahead and do the green onions on top. Just like that. You see that? Okay, now get over here on the stove and turn the heat down a little bit. I've got it on, you know, low, between the low and medium. So if it was a numbered clock, it's on 7. We'll flip it. I want to call it an omelet, but we'll flip it, and then we'll put the cheese on the underside, which would be the top side after it gets flipped. Alright, I'm going to try and flip it now. And so what I'm going to do is dig in the side and make sure it's not sticking all the way around. And I'm sliding the spatula up underneath it, and then I'm getting ready to flip it. It's probably going to go everywhere because it's wetter than usual because I put the tomato on top. But here goes nothing. Ready? Set. Go. Yeah, I did drop a little. Ow. Ow. Right on top of the burner too. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Other than that, it did alright. Cause see, look. See that? This is the part that was on the burner. But it'll be alright. I mean, not on the burner, but fell on the stove there. So it looks good, and now the underside is cooking. And so now we got to put the cheese on. So what I like to do is take one piece of cheese and put it right in the middle, just like that. Okay, and then this is the funnest part. And then take the other piece of cheese and I fold the end a little bit, take about a half inch or so, put it like that, and just kind of go around the perimeter of the first slice of cheese and let it melt. See that? You see how that looks? And then take the lid and put it right back on there. Real good. And then let the bottom side cook. The tomatoes are going to cook a little more. And man, I think this is going to be yummy. This is what it looks like now. Yummy! Let me tell you, that is going to be delicioso. So, let's put it on the plate. Okay, just take it and slide it right out, just like that. Just like a pan pizza. See, there's still a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan from them tomatoes. but I know it's cooked all the way through. It cooked for about, let me turn the TV back on. I lost the remote. But anyway, it cooked for about, probably around 10 minutes on one side, and maybe 3 or 4 minutes on the second side. And but the important thing is to make sure that what I do is I make sure that the top is no longer translucent before I flip it. And if you can't tell if it's translucent or not, just jiggle the pan. And if it shimmers and shakes on top, it's too dry, don't flip it yet. I mean, it's too wet, don't flip it yet. And you don't really have to, as long as you turn the heat down on the pan, you don't really have to worry too much about it burning. Just put the lid on it, turn the heat down, kind of like how you do rice, and you just let it cook. And then when it no longer shimmers and jiggles on top, you just flip it over and let it cook for 3 or 4 more minutes, just to kind of cook the other side just a little bit more. And that's all there is to it. And something else I like doing is I put ketchup on this, because I love my eggs with ketchup. Not over easy or sunny side up, but whenever they're scrambled, I love ketchup on my eggs. I eat it on my omelets even. So this is what I like to do. Which, you don't have to do this, obviously. So I get the ketchup, and I jiggle it on there. Just like that. My wife, she shakes her head when she sees me do this. But really, that is going to be fantastic. So I hope you like this, and just add it to your repertoire of egg dishes that you can fix for yourself or your family in the morning. You could slice this in half and feed 2 with it. Yeah. Alright, let's see what it tastes like. Because I'm curious about the tomatoes on the bottom. I want to know how fresh they taste.
And that is because it points to this growing narrative that the American government, federal government in particular, is so big and so unwieldy and so out of control that now
that is outstanding.
More instances of this kind of abuse of power, this kind of corruption, and frankly, this
you really need to try this.
Taxpayer and taxpayer money. And so to that extent, because Obama has presided over this explosion in the growth
this would make me want to slap my mama.
Some responsibility for these things, or at least
okay, see you later. Bye-bye.